Gerald Wilkins played in the NBA from 1985 to 1999. He was selected by the New York Knicks in the second round of the 1985 NBA draft out of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. The younger brother of NBA Hall of Famer Dominique Wilkins, Gerald carved out his own solid professional career. Wilkins spent his first 7 seasons with the Knicks, where he was known for his athleticism and scoring ability. He averaged double figures in scoring throughout his tenure there, with his best season coming in the 86-87 season when he averaged 19.1 points per game. He was a key contributor to several playoff teams in New York, playing alongside Patrick Ewing. Gerald Wilkins arrived in New York as the 47th overall pick in the 1985 NBA draft. Despite being in the shadow of his more famous brother, Dominique, Gerald quickly established himself as a valuable contributor to a Knicks team in transition. The 6'6" guard made an immediate impact in his rookie season, appearing in 78 games and averaging 12.5 points per game. His explosive athleticism and ability to finish at the rim made him a perfect complement to the emerging star Patrick Ewing. Wilkins hit his stride in his second season, posting career-best numbers with 19.1 points per game while starting 81 games. He showcased his complete offensive arsenal that year, combining powerful drives to the basket with an impressive and improving mid-range jumper. The 1987-88 season marked a significant turnaround for both Wilkins and the Knicks franchise. Under new head coach Rick Pitino, the team adopted an up-tempo style that perfectly suited Wilkins' athletic abilities. He continued his solid play, averaging 15.5 points per game as the Knicks made the playoffs for the first time in his tenure. The arrival of Pat Riley as head coach in 1991 marked another evolution in Wilkins' role. Riley's emphasis on defense and disciplined play saw Wilkins develop into a more complete player. Throughout his Knicks career, Wilkins was remarkably durable, regularly playing 80-plus games per season. He was a key figure in the team's resurrection from NBA lottery team to playoff contender, participating in 5 playoff runs during his 7 years with the team. Wilkins' time with the Knicks came to an end after the 1991-1992 season when he signed as a free agent with the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, his contribution to the Knicks' resurgence in the late 1980s and early 1990s shouldn't be underestimated. Gerald Wilkins signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers as a free agent in 1992. The Cavs were looking to strengthen their roster to compete with Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls, and Wilkins was seen as a key addition who could provide both scoring and perimeter defense. Wilkins joined a talented Cavs team that included Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, and Larry Nance. His arrival was part of Cleveland's strategy to add veteran experience and defensive toughness to an already potent offensive squad. The Cavs were coming off a 57-win season and saw Wilkins as a piece that could help them take the next step in the Eastern Conference. In his first season with Cleveland, he averaged 12.6 points per game while playing in 75 games. He fit well in head coach Lenny Wilkins' system. The 1992-93 season saw the Cavaliers win 54 games and secure another playoff berth. Wilkins' playoff experience from his Knicks days proved valuable as the team advanced to the Eastern Conference semifinals, though they ultimately fell to the Chicago Bulls. Now, in his second season with the Cavs was marked by injury struggles. Wilkins appeared in just 51 games, though he remained productive when healthy. He averaged 11.7 points per game. The team continued to be competitive, winning 47 games that season, despite dealing with various injuries to key players. The Cavaliers team of this era were consistently good, but just couldn't break through against the dominant Bulls teams of the 1990s. Wilkins, like many other players of this generation, found his championship aspirations blocked by Jordan and the Bulls dynasty. Nevertheless, he was part of some very competitive Cavaliers teams that were among the better squads in the Eastern Conference. After the 1993-94 season, Wilkins' time with the Cavaliers came to an end. Gerald Wilkins joined the expansion Vancouver Grizzlies in their first NBA season, bringing veteran experience to a brand new franchise. After sitting out the 1994-1995 season, Wilkins signed with the Grizzlies as they looked to add established NBA talent to the roster of mostly young and unproven players. The 1995-96 Grizzlies, led by head coach Brian Winters, were building their team from scratch as one of 2 new Canadian expansion franchises. Wilkins, at the age of 32, was expected to provide leadership and scoring from the guard position while helping establish a professional culture to the new organization. He played alongside other veterans like Benoit Benjamin and Greg Anthony, as well as rookie Bryant Reeves. The season proved challenging for both Wilkins and the Grizzlies. The team struggled mightily, as most expansion teams do, finishing with a 15 wins and 67 loss record. Wilkins appeared in 28 games for Vancouver, averaging 7.7 points per game, the lowest scoring average of his career to that point. After being a starter and key contributor for playoff teams in New York and Cleveland, he found himself in a very different situation with an expansion team finding its footing in the NBA. After the 1995-96 season, Wilkins moved on from the Grizzlies. While his time in Vancouver was brief and not statistically impressive, he was part of a team that introduced NBA basketball to Vancouver, even if the results on the court weren't what anyone had hoped for. Wilkins joined the Orlando Magic in 1996, entering what would become the final chapter of his NBA career. At this point, the Magic were transitioning from Shaquille O'Neal's era, as Shaquille had departed for the Lakers in free agency. The team still had Penny Hardaway and was looking to remain competitive in the Eastern Conference. In his first season with Orlando, Wilkins showed he still had something left in the tank. At age 33, he appeared in 75 games, averaging 7.3 points per game in about 20 minutes per contest. He provided the reliable veteran presence off the bench for the Magic team that won 45 games and made the playoffs. The 1997-98 season saw Wilkins' role begin to diminish further. He played in 62 games, averaging 5.5 points per game. The Magic were going through significant changes during this period, with Penny Hardaway dealing with injuries and the team trying to rebuild after Shaq's departure. His final NBA season was the lockout-shortened campaign of 1999. Wilkins appeared in just 26 games of the 50-game season, averaging 4.3 points per game. By this point, he was primarily serving as a veteran mentor and spot player. When he finally retired, he had played in over 900 NBA games and scored more than 12,000 points. Impressive numbers for a second-round draft pick. Throughout his career, Wilkins was known for his strong perimeter defense, explosive athleticism, consistent mid-range shooting, his durability. He played in over 900 NBA games, and his ability to contribute as both a starter and a reserve.